Are we good? Chat.
Huh?
Discord's different. Discord and stream servers are not the same.
Oh dear.
I think it's fine for you to have those opinions. I've just written quite a lot explaining how Awakening actually tells a pretty solid story that's carried by great character writing. I wouldn't go with great, but definitely for Fire Emblem, it's among the better ones.
For Fire Emblem standards, it's not that bad. Awakening, especially in its first arc, Awakening is not by any means bad. It's a little clumsy at times, though. That's the thing.
Rush. It's trying to fit 3 games into one. It's a big thing. Or
also, I do want to be clear though. A lot of people talk about the old Fire Emblem games as if it had the best writing ever. No,
not quite. Not necessarily.
The reason why people say that is because there's so much shock value in everything. Like, oh, you really like these characters? They're now dead. Oh, this romance looks genuine to you? It's NTR. And it's your mom or something like that, you know? Like, they really try really hard to, like, shock you. And everyone's just like, wow. It's like eating spicy food. You're like, that was tasty. My tongue is on fire. And you remember it. But was it really tasty or was it just your tongue on fire? Right?
Yeah.
It's like that, so.
I can't speak to or against genealogy and Thracia stories in this regard.
I have not finished either of them, but from what I know of the narrative, and I've seen a good portion of both of the narratives of each, I can say they're quite good from what I know. I
agree, but because again, I haven't played the games, but I've read like big analysis on this, and I'm just when you think it through, and when you read again, experience the actual thing is going to be different from reading about a story instead of playing a damn story. But it's not a very difficult thing to make a game become memorable if that's the direction you want to head down towards. It's actually the easier thing to do, which is why a lot of Fire Emblem games go into trauma. Like it's
the way to make something memorable.
That's the safety zone for Fire Emblem games. Like, we're gonna kill your parents. You're like, you have parents, we're gonna kill your parents. You're like, oh, why? So you could remember this moment. You're like, oh, okay. You kind of just go along with it. So. Engage does that. Three Houses does that. Like tons of Fire Emblem games. You go through that. Ellie, which considers himself really friggin' lucky, is what I want to say.
Yeah, no kidding.
So it's easier to do it like this way. It's a struggle actually to write a compelling character where nothing goes wrong,
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, in that removes a lot of the conflict and the tension from the story. So
right, but that's why it's really impressive when you write a good. So for example, for like Marth, he's out on an adventure to reclaim his kingdom. It's nothing complex, right? That kind of story back in the day, though, was considered good because you're growing, right? The character grows and develops over time. He gets further and further, and you can see him become somebody through the entire story. And as you go through different areas of the world and whatnot, and you get more people to join your party, and as you get closer to your goal, like that feels like real progression. But in my opinion, that wasn't done well until Ike. Like,
it was real progression. Well, I guess actually, I think the first guy who did it was Leaf, but yeah.
Okay, maybe. I don't know too much about Leaf, but the reason why I say Ike, chat, is because Ike feels like a real person. First of all, importantly, he loses. He doesn't just win everything; he loses. That's not something Fire Emblem actually cares to do a lot, because they usually want you to feel like you're the best thing ever. Secondly, he gets angry. Wow, a hero that gets angry? How preposterous. But he gets angry. He gets upset. He gets teased by the darker sides of, being a human, like revenge. Like, it's really interesting. That's always been, like, my favorite Fire Emblem because it was the only Fire Emblem game I played where I felt like this wasn't some bullshit journey. Like, it felt like a real person trying to do something. And then of course the progression was there, because you fight the king of the enemy kingdom, and then you fight God.
Yes, Radiant Dawn did take things up a notch.
Yeah,
Just a
but
little bit.
that's fine. Like in terms of writing, it was always really hard for Three Houses to be beat. For the Tele series to be beat until it was Three Houses, because likewise, there are a lot of big reveals in Three Houses, and you as a character and everything, like that was really interesting. Which is something that you don't see in. I wish Awakening did not do a tutorial level.
Oh, the whole premonition thing. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Engage has a premonition too. So
yeah, I don't. Why? Don't do that.
Engage copied Awakening in a lot of ways, honestly. Doing the whole
To
thing
be
with
honest,
the-
Engage feels like a amalgamation of Fire Emblem games.
Which
Yeah, it kind of that's what it's meant to be, really.
Yeah.
Engage would have been viewed with a sort of different view in mind if it had released as planned around the anniversary. So
Awakening's story is just fine, but Awakening's character supports have really good writing, specifically Crom. I'm not downing the characters. I'm more about the story. The Awakening characters are memorable. I'm not disputing that, absolutely.
well, they are, but they don't. The thing is that in Fire Emblem, and especially in a game like Awakening, most of the characters don't really have any place in the story. It's just the few main characters. So
Yeah.
Tele's underperformed financial, so I guess that's why they moved away from that kind of writing.
What? That's not related in the slightest.
Well, to a degree, they're money
To a
motivated
degree,
after all.
Awakening kind of definitely
I
was
mean,
taking specific
okay, yeah, with the
pains to
new animeifying of it, yes, but I don't think
and to
you
try
can
to appeal to
entirely-
broader audiences with more supports and more
Yes,
characters.
And also,
right.
focus.
they identify their audience, which is really
Okay.
insecure people who want to feel like the most special person ever.
I mean, yes, but I don't think it was. I think it's more complex. It's very oversimplified to say that, well, they changed the writing because of it wasn't selling well. I think it was
It's interesting
not selling well
'cause
for much more reason than that.
The romance factor in a lot of these games got really pushed up.
That's true. It got jacked up. Yeah, that appeals to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Avatars also appeal to a lot of people because hey, I'm the protagonist.
so
now
and so.
I can fuck everyone. Yeah.
Yes, that's I don't like chat. Am I the only one who doesn't like that? Like, it just feels
Avatars
awkward.
suck. They just suck.
I wanna go along to somebody else's journey. I don't want to make it feel like this is supposed to be my journey.
No,
You
it's
know?
not fun.
I know
not
it's a
as
video
fun when it's
game.
your journey.
I'm not a crazy person. I mean, some of you guys might say it, but like I don't feel like I'm in the game, and that's okay. I don't want to be friggin' Alir. I don't want to dye half my hair red, half my hair blue, and have weird eyes. I want to bang my mom, but she's my mom in the game, so I can't do that. But she's not my actual mom, so I don't see it that way. Like, and then now I'm the weirdo because I'm talking about banging Lumera, and you're like, no, you're the Avatar. Like, no, I don't want to be the Avatar. But you know what I mean? Like, it's such a weird. Like, I don't see myself as the Avatar, so these things, like for me, Lumera is just a hot girl, but for everybody else, it's just like, no, you're a Lear.
But
So
Nims,
it's not okay.
this is why people are attracted to like female Corrin and Robin and both genders of all.
That's
the
weird to me
avatars, because
too.
They don't see themselves as the Avatar.
That's so weird to me. It's like, how do you have it both ways? Dishy, thank you so much for the fall. Nordlord, thank you so much for the fall. Welcome. We were
Holy cow.
talking about the Fae channel, and then we're heavily off topic now. So there you go.
Well, we are still talking about Fire Emblem. So.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, of course. I will say I took the liberty of counting a few CYLs up.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Sure.
Yeah, I figured out a nice and easy way to do it. Thank you, Excel, for being awesome. So
Okay. How hard
Here.
did you try? Yes.
for the most recent one, too hard.
How
But-
does anybody
so,
see themselves
choose your
as
elections
Belith?
4.
Like, do you
at
have
a
no
grand
conversational
total
skills
of
and just
2,000,000.
stand there while people deliver monologues to you? Kappa.
You know what? You're right, because that was actually something that someone mentioned. They didn't like Byleth as your protagonist because he literally did not speak.
It's that. Yeah.
I just like to imagine that one video where he just drags along the floor and you can hear the stone like scraping against the ground, like he just T-poses his way into people's conversations.
Additionally, he always scowls.
Yep. He just
Oh,
exists
man.
to be a portal into the player's mind.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, what were we talking about?
So, Choose Your Legends 4 had a grand total of 2,194,680 votes.
How did you hold this? You actually did this through Excel.
Yep. So, cool thing about Excel, you can actually import tables using the web.
I know that, but I didn't know you could. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I imported it through the Fey Wiki, imported the table, and then I just took the data from, like, they keep the counts. Had to do a little copy-paste shenanigans, but I just totaled up through that. So the following year, 1,384,774 votes for Choose Your Legends 5. So that would have been Brave Erica and company. Following year, last year's, 1,223,386 votes. And then this year, granted, I had to manually count this one, so hopefully it's right. 431,464 votes.
Wait, what? Wait, 10 times fewer the votes?
I don't know what universe you're living in where 400,000 is 10 times less than a million, but...
Yeah.
Oh, I thought... No, I thought you said... sorry, I thought you said 100,000. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I am in fact not crazy for noticing what should be noticed, which is you can't explain away 500,000 votes. That's not possible.
Yeah. I really wish I... You know what? I'm going to take the top 50 from this one.
Yeah, I think that's a better way of doing it.
So that would be...
Though, then people will tell you that's a bad way of doing it because they'll be like, oh, because of the Rising Star thing, more people vote for the lower heroes. I'm like, yeah, sure. Say so.
Let's see how hard this is. Copy, paste.
I use Excel a lot for my work, so that's why, it's shit serious when someone gets out the Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah.
We're in financial straits. Like, no, we're not. Well, I have the Excel spreadsheet. Like, oh, okay, I better listen now.
Like, uh-oh.
I would imagine...
guns.
If I had to guess, though, I think we're actually going to see an uptick in votes next year because Engage.
Oh, yeah, big time.
I thought we were going to have uptick in votes because of it's not Engage.
No, I think it's precisely the opposite. If there's a sort of lull,
I thought people would be motivated that it was going to be dominated by Engage because if you think Engage is going to win,
people are motivated because they love their waifus and husbandos, and oh boy, I gotta get him in, gotta get him to the top. That's what happened with so many.
I haven't identified anybody except for Lumera thus far, chat. I'm sorry. I thought I would like Alfred's sister. See, I don't even remember her name right now.
Celine.
Even though she's in Faye.
Or Saline.
Saline. Yeah, I don't really feel anything towards her right now. I thought she had a big forehead, is what I thought. And then it turned out it was actually a crown. It was a flower crown.
Oh, yeah.
I thought she had like a super head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it looks all the weirder. It doesn't look much less weird in Faye. A little more normal, but nevertheless. Top 50 for Choose Your Legends. Last year, 623,930 votes. This year, 274,227 votes.
Oh god, that's even worse. That's a even larger ratio.
Yeah, that is a... actually, that's like only 50% less, roughly. The other one is more than that.
Oh, wait. Then, okay.
Yeah, 430,000 to 1.2 million. That's almost 3 times less.
Okay, well then, let's call people out for the copium, because immediately people are saying, oh, it's more spread out. No, that does not look more spread out to me. It just looks lower across the board.
If I look at it from some sort of average angle, I could probably find that. But, like, if we were to look at the average votes for the top 50, but I'm not going to do that right now. And not to mention, still, it's not consolidated at all. Nor is there as much to work on. It's just ratio-wise, maybe. Number of votes in total? No. Yeah, getting ratioed is what this whole thing is about.
Yeah.
So
I do think
yeah,
this
no.
year is going to get ratioed pretty hard next year because everyone, despite what everyone says about, oh no, Engage is going to dominate, those same people are still going to vote, and they're going to
Yeah.
vote for their favorites from Engage, and
Yeah.
there will be a lot of votes.
I'm not even worried about it being Engaged at this point because honestly,
It
the
just
most of the units here, besides Felix and Bernadetta, most of them are just the remaining units that needed to win Choose Your Legends.
Nah,
We'll
they
take
needed to win
notwithstanding.
it. They needed to win it.
needed,
The ones that have
quote-unquote,
always like been on the cusp of winning for the past several years, realistically.
They needed
That
to win
people
it,
talk about.
but we didn't do it.
Yeah, wait,
it's-
what?
well, for
Huh?
Felix and Bernadetta, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Next
like
year,
Robin,
the engaged characters will stomp.
Felix
the
and
shit out of
Bernadetta
them.
are just doomed
It-
from now on.
those ones are doomed. But like, for example, Robin is one that's been talked about every year. Soren's been talked about every year, basically. The ones that
Go-
people talk about, even
right,
though they're
the-
not getting a lot of votes, they're finally getting their time. This is like that last
Corn.
shred of like big motivation for Choose Your Legends characters. What's left? And then we're gonna refresh it with engaged characters.
Refresh
At least
it. It
That's
will
kinda-
just be
that wasn't
engaged.
Really big motivation, but yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
just Engage, and maybe
Yeah.
if there's an OC, people absolutely go crazy over like.
No,
Gobeg.
I don't think you should expect another Goveg. I don't even know how this even happened. That doesn't
Goveg's-
make any
I-
sense to me.
So
I
much.
wasn't expecting it, but I was prepared for it to happen because I was like, I think she'll be in the top like 5 or 6 for females. I wonder if she'll get first. Or
No, I
second.
believe she could do Plumeria levels, which is like around. I think Plumeria was like 7th or something. I think she
Yeah,
could have gone
exactly.
as high as 5th, is what I thought.
Yeah,
This is not
you-
Plumeria
winning?
levels. This is winning. This is
It
winning.
is still
winning.
surprising, regardless.
Not even just winning, but winning first. I mean, that's arbitrary now. But what?
Actually, the thing I was surprised about is male Robin got the most votes overall in the whole thing.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, at 18,000. Do you realize? Like, that's why I pointed out last year. At 18,000, you could have been 4th last year. You
Mel
know,
Robin last year got. Where are you, my man? 11,000. So I mean, hey, it's good for him.
yeah.
But yeah, 18,000 last year would have netted you 5th.
This is
Or
what
sorry,
I mean. It's
Yeah, so this,
it is a huge concerning drop off, but nobody wants
I think
to
it,
talk about
I don't
it. They
think
just
it's
want to cope.
indicative. I don't think it's a. It's
What are you
indicative
talking
of-
about? You want to look at the revenue? Like, at what point do we just wake up and see it for what it is? Like, come on.
I mean, I think it's an overly doomer pilled view of things. To be like,
I feel like
That
we're
way,
on the
yeah.
Dragalia Lost path of things,
I-
where everyone's
no,
saying,
I
"Oh,
don't
it's
think- I
okay,
think that's-
it's fine, we're good." Every year, declining, and then when it finally said end of service, they're like, you know what they said when end of service first got announced? First of all, like, wow, this is terrible. So who's gonna pick it up? As in, like, they're just transferring Nintendo to side games. Like, they immediately went to step 2 of. They're
mean-
not even going through the proper steps of acceptance.
Dragalia
immediately pivot.
had a really nice, generous model though, and Faye does not. So they're milking their money pretty well.
Okay, but you cannot have declines this big and expect to be there 10
Okay,
years
but
down the line.
a big decline in like CYO votes does not necessarily mean like
Okay,
oh, no, the
big
game is
decline
doomed.
in CYL votes, big decline in revenue, big decline in player base, big decline in
What's
interest.
this
You can
big
look at it from the
decline
video.
in interest or player base.
Do you not notice how the trailer video views are substantially less this year over last year and the year before? It's been
I noticed they've been slowly going down. It hasn't
they've been
fast,
shrinking
though.
drastically.
I would disagree with the assessment drastically. I know
Okay.
it's been sliding down a little bit.
What do you want to use as an example?
What do you mean? What do I want to use as an example? I just
We
think
want to
it's
use
a
an
little-
example. We can compare videos. It's not hard. You could, if you really want to, you could just average out all the views.
I mean, yeah.
Keep in
I
mind,
just-
most views
all I'm saying
are
is I think
generated in
it's
the
a lot
first 48
slower
hours.
than-
So you can argue, hey, it's an extra year, but it's actually not that many extra views after a year.
Yeah. I just don't think it's as fast as you're saying it is, but that's just my view of things based on what I've
How?
seen on
Okay. Why do you believe that?
Because I haven't seen over the last year.
You're
let's say-
you're okay. Are you in any other gacha communities that is in a healthy state?
No, because I'm not a
No.
gacha fan in general.
Okay, then you don't know what it looks like when it's supposed to be good. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Fae,
but that's
most Fae players only play Fae, and they don't realize what it looks like when it's a healthy community.
I never argued that it was like a healthy, growing community or something. I'm just saying,
Okay, then what are
I
we?
think
If you're not good, if you think what I am saying is
a
wrong,
community
then what
in
are
slight
we?
a community in slight decline.
It's like decline.
I know, hilarious, right? Not
No,
possible.
that's copium. That is some copium.
Okay, Legion, what do you think about the fake community?
Oh no, it's definitely declining. I'm not going to speak to the rate because I don't look at the statistics, but it's on the decline.
Well, yeah,
Is
no
it-
shit. I'm not.
You want to know what
interested in
slight
anything
decline
like
looked like? I showed the article earlier in the stream. This was slight decline, chat. This is what slight decline looks like. This was 2 years ago. 2020. This article is in 2020.
Yeah.
This was slight decline, where they were talking about Nintendo saying they had to reassess their mobile business and narrow its focus. That's what slight decline led to. We're now in 2023. It is now a major decline.
Do they
It's not
have,
slight
do
decline
they have
no
the
more.
numbers out for 21, 2, and 3? Or not 3, but 21.
You want to know? If you're a good business, you talk about things when things are going well. When you're a bad business, you don't talk about what's going on. You talk about the future. Okay, but sure, let's look up
but
Nintendo mobile games.
Yeah, I would like to see those numbers, though.
I'm fairly sure they don't even want to talk about it anymore.
Apex Mobile already dead. Been less than
Yeah,
a year.
Apex Mobile. That's actually kind of crazy. Though to be fair, most players are on PC anyways. If you're it's a serious competitive shooter. So if you're a serious player, you would not play on mobile anyways.
Let's see. Oh yeah, Rumbleverse also getting shut down after less than a year.
Okay. Let's look up Fire Emblem Heroes player base. So here's the thing. They're not transparent here, even remotely. If I wanted to look up Genshin Impact's player base, I could easily find that.
Well, yeah, Genshin Impact is a much bigger game.
They have no
Much
reason to
more
hide anything going
well.
on. If anything, you want to show the world that you have 60 million active players per month. You know?
Well, yeah, that's Genshin being a big game.
Okay. It's really hard to
I
find.
wish it were easier to find this stuff, but
It's really hard to find it.
is there a way
Okay.
to just find the revenue? For
Okay,
each?
well, actually, this is actually pretty good. This is from July 2022. It says developed by
Brain
Intel,
one.
half a year ago. Oh,
Intelligent
see,
Systems.
wow, one.
Yeah. Importantly, as of June 2022, Fire Emblem has surpassed 1 billion lifetime global. I've talked about this.
Yeah, that's just like.
This is actually, it sounds significant, but it's actually not, because the decline in growth is substantial. First year they made over 300 million. By second year they made $500 million. They were already at $500 million 2 years in. So to take 4 years to get the other $500 million, especially the prior year, is pretty troubling. All right, but more importantly,
Wait, wouldn't it have been 3 years? Because it took 2 years to get to. And this is 2022. So.
they went from a $300 to $200 million by year 2, but it just kept going lower from there. Okay. You can even see, like, in the first year alone, 70 million in the first month, right? Okay.
Well, yeah, the launch month. Yeah.
So
thanks, Sector.
here's the more important thing: the player statistics. It says 17.8 million downloads as of June 2022. 17.8 million downloads. Now, some of you guys would argue doesn't mean 17.8 million people. I'm not arguing that whatsoever. What I am arguing, though, is of 17.8 million downloads, would it be realistic to say there were at least 10 million people playing, right? I don't think that's unreasonable to say. If you look at something like Choose Your Legends, you're going to have to, like, really be in copium mode to try and justify a winner with less than 20,000 votes. Because of all the downloads, that's what, 0.00. Like, how many zeros you want before you get a number to justify a winner like that? Now, granted, like prior winners were like in 40k range or 30k range, right? But it's clearly been going lower. Now people say there's bots and whatnot. Okay, so if you don't want to believe in that and use common sense, sure. Then you can look at new installs. In Q1 of 2022, Fire Emblem Heroes generated 121,000 new installs. As a content creator, I know this very, very easily. New installs mean somebody installing the game for the first time. That does not mean they're making an account for the first time. So this is not 121,000 new players. This is 121,000 new installs. A quarter is 4 months. That was in the start of 2022. It isn't getting any better. It's problematic because as a content creator, like you can look at other content creators and notice they're not growing very much for Fire Emblem Heroes because it's the same community and the community is not getting bigger. And this is the reason why. I'm willing to bet you that we'll have over 100,000 people quit every 4 months rather than have 100,000 people join. You know what I mean? Because that's how it goes. Sensor Tower said the game generated more than 2 million downloads in its first 24 hours of release. So yeah, like it's not a positive trend. How do we get more detailed information? It's really hard because again, Nintendo doesn't want to talk about this.
Nintendo is always very, very tight-lipped when it comes to things.
Ooh, no. First 2 years they weren't when things were going.
Oh
good.
well, yeah. Well, I'm saying that I was going to add that when it comes to things that they want to, when they want to be tight-lipped, they're very good at doing so.
Okay, so this is more reasonable to me.
At least 300k.
This is using logic. This man argues there are at least 300,000 active players in Fae. Why is he arguing this? Because
Right,
Tempest
the
Trials
297.
rankings, right?
That was back
That's a
couple
fair-
years ago, yeah.
That's a fair argument.
Mhm.
I would not be betting that there were more than 300,000 players nowadays. I would not bet for that at all. And you got to remember, some people keep multiple accounts as well. I'm not saying that's a significant number, but there's a lot of things going into this. This is a more realistic number. You look at an active, growing gacha game like Genshin Impact with 60 million active players per month, and you look at Fire Emblem Heroes from 2 years ago, which at that point, I would still consider that like a good time to be a Fae streamer and Fae content creator. 2021, 2022, and of course going 2023. Heck no.
Well, yeah, it's not.
I think
no
that was
one
the
in
last
right mind
good
would
year.
Argue Fae is like, growing exponentially or something like that.
So if you look at it from all those years ago, 300,000 players. If you were wondering like why they stopped putting Fire Emblem Heroes in like the talk of like game awards or surveys or anything like that, here's your answer. You feel like there are a lot of Fire Emblem Heroes players because you're a part of the community, but it's not relative to other like successful gachas or mobile games. It's not a big community.
Well,
You
yeah,
always feel like
relatively
something's
speaking,
bigger and
obviously.
better when you're a part of it. I'm just saying, I'm starting to feel like we're a part of the Dragalia Lost community. We're going through all the motions, but no one's talking about it.
The Doom
So-
pill, the black pill,
Yeah.
Biggest pill of all. Yeah.
sure.
Let's see.
Nim's the optimist.
Well, I would love to be an optimist. It's
Well,
just
yeah,
there's
but
nothing
that's
to be
just not-
optimistic
That's
about.
just not in your worldview. So
It's not what my worldview.
I'm exaggerating.
What are you
World-
talking about? I would love the world to be better off. What the heck?
No, I'm saying I'm not saying you don't want the world to be better off. I'm just saying you don't tend to think that the world is going to be better off.
What? Yeah, because human beings have been doing a really shitty job at everything. Not to say
Yes.
that's what I believe all humanity is. No, it's just the most vocal people are the people doing nothing.
There's that good old-fashioned chin-up spirit.
All right, so here, I'm pretty sure one of these articles talks about it. In Q1 2022 alone, Fire Emblem Heroes grossed 29 million in global spending. Now, you can argue to me that in December, the final quarter, they're going to earn more money. I agree. Well, the reality is they're making like $100 million. They made $100 million in 2022. I can't find the article which specifically says that, but they made $100 million in 2022.
Okay.
2023, the first quarter, we're not gonna get for quite a while, so we won't know. But 29 is not a good start considering what was at the start of the first quarter of 2022. One of the best banners ever. Everyone's falling sweet. It was Hero Rises. There you go.
All right. Didn't the Hero Rises do like not as well as the other Hero Rises before it?
Yeah.
And it got.
It didn't. It was a C. It was a ranked C banner, which is incredible because you want to know something. The rankings based off of like how banners are in general. But given there's less people and less like, despite how much traction and talk and feedback and everything about it, it felt really big, but it wasn't.
Well, wasn't it
Also, by the
backloaded in
way-
that year a lot? Like a lot of the years, the banners towards the end of the year did really well.
No, the start of the year and the end of the year is always how it goes.
Well, yeah. But given how it was 29 million in the quarter, and what 3 quarters in a year?
No, it's 4 quarters.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Quarters.
Well, I thought no, I know. I thought business quarters were arranged slightly differently. Anyway,
In business, you get 3 quarters for $1.
well, that certainly sounds like some businesses I can think of, but yeah, it's okay. So the 29 million, yeah, I guess sounds about right in that case.
Yeah, it's not good. All right. Anyways, I don't know how they turn it around. I don't think they care about turning it around. Is the reality.
They probably just care about keeping it as stable as they can.
Okay, let's see. 46.4% began playing Fire Emblem Heroes in February 2017. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay, so this is another good thing to look at. This is from the Fire Emblem Heroes Reddit. So,
Yeah.
this is the reason
Will
why I
be
bring this.
Taking my leave, by the way.
They've just
All right, take care.
once this book ends.
Have a good night,
so
everybody, and
I'll have to leave
fun.
soon, but
Hope you guys do well with your face stuff, summons and whatnot.
Thanks.
To there.
adios.
Okay. This is my idea of it as well, because again, as a content creator, I can see it very clearly. Most of you guys were here since the very start, February 2017. 50% of you guys. Keep in mind, this is from 11 months ago, so about a year. 20.2% joined during the first year of the game. So approximately 2/3 of all players are from the first year. 9.9% response joined during the second year. 8.3% joined during the third. 6.6% joined during the fourth. 6.1% joined during the fifth. And here's a clincher. 0.3% joined during the sixth. There's been a massive drop off.
Oh,
Like,
to be fair, I think that was in like March or February of that year. So it was like really, really early into that year. Because remember, this is 11 months ago, so this would have been February 2022. So
February 2022. Okay, fair enough.
Okay,
but
sorry. Yeah. But,
I highly doubt this is gonna get much higher.
no, it wouldn't have gotten a lot higher, but it would have been above 1%, I think.
Okay, well, if it's at 1%, it's still not good. Gotta
But
keep
yeah,
in mind,
still.
all these other numbers will be dropping.
Yes.
Okay, anyways, the age range is as follows: 1% 12 to 15 years old, 9.9% 16 to 18, 21.3% 19 to 21, 25% 22 to 24, 27.1%. This is what my YouTube demographics looks like, by the way. So that looks right to me. 17.6% response identifies male, 20.7% as female, and 3.9% as non-binary. Right. That's right. That's the world we're in. You know, in 2017, this non-binary thing wasn't nearly as accepted. Like this.
That's right.
This wasn't even an
Exactly
option
right.
in a lot of surveys. You couldn't even put non-binary.
And that's how it should have been, brother. Back
Nowadays
in the day.
Nowadays, it's non-binary and no gender as well. So it's like 4 choices for your gender.
I know, it was fucked up. I tell you what.
Anyways, 24.4% report being free to play, the lowest recorded in one of these surveys. Yeah. The game is really pushing you to spend. 27.8% have spent less than $100, 18.7% between 100 to 499, 9.3% 599, and 8.9%. What is this? Between about $5,000. You have
1 in
problems.
5,000.
Sigma Sensei, get your butt out here. And 3.4% have spent over $1,000. Wait, what? I think they meant $10,000. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think they meant, yeah.
34% last spent money on Fade during the 6th year of the game since February 22, 28% during the 5th, 3.8, okay.
Yada.
So, yeah. 500 average catalog of heroes number, 515 is the median. So most of these people are very experienced. Here With Me was their favorite. Wow, was that the Valentine banner?
I think that was that the Valentine prom.
It was the Valentine
prom.
banner. It was a Valentine banner with dual
Okay,
prom.
yeah.
Winter Dreamland, that's huge.
Well, I sit the and Manuela. Yeah,
Of Lost Kingdoms like clockwork, but I guess that's recency bias because this is March.
recency.
Nice to know. Human beings are always human beings.
We are that.
All right. Is there anything more interesting about this? A new Fade Pass perk is the expansion banner free. How's this impact the likelihood of you purchasing the Fade Pass? Yeah. This doesn't surprise me. Approximately half the people. Keep in mind, there are other things. Approximately half the people are more interested as a result, which is
45%.
They always do these market researches from a big company before they do things like this. So yeah, without a big acceptance rate, they wouldn't have gone for it. So okay, 80.9% are happy with the results of men's size COL6 compared to 10.8% who are not. Given it was
Seleth and Crom.
Sigurd and Crom. 70.9% are happy with the results of women's size COL compared to 16.3% who are not. Okay.
Kiki and Byleth.
Yeah. If you had to choose only one of the COL6 Brave alts to receive without knowing any of these, which would you choose?
How wrong they were.
Well, the one thing that wasn't wrong was Byleth was last.
Well,
that didn't change. Most people support Azura. Wow. Followed by Corrin. Wow. It wouldn't surprise me if most people here are Fates players. Or were.
That's a big Fade demographic, so.
Yeah. Thor, Byleth, Sigurd, Dagger, Edelgard, and Eitri. The heck? You realize like how weird that is? The people who spend more time on Fae Reddit don't like Edelgard. Yet she was first or second. She was second. You realize how funny that is, chat? You know what that indicates? That indicates the more casual fans are the fans of Edelgard, and the people who get on the Reddit are scared to show they like Edelgard. Like, what is going on? That's such an interesting dynamic, considering you're all Fire Emblem Heroes players, but depending on where you are or where you go to, it affects how you vote. If you alone could decide the winner out of top 8, who would have chosen 2.8% Edelgard? Most people said Azura, which actually, at this point, this is the wrong choice. Even back then, I thought Corrin was the best choice. But yeah, okay, Azura.
I think now Azura would be the best choice.
Actually, Dagger might be the best choice.
Well, actually, yeah.
Okay, 63.6% are happy with the results of Hero Rises 22 compared to 25.3% are not. What do you plan to do with your free copy of Corrin? Build, said most people, which is what actually happened. Use the Corrin usage rate skyrocket. Fodder, these are fools. Merge, these are other smart people.
Other.
What the heck does other mean?
Either send home.
Send
or,
home.
Slap them into reserves.
Like, okay, weirdos. How much do you plan on spending on the HR banner? Only free summons. A small amount. A medium amount. Large amount. Yeah. Most people don't want to spend money anymore. Summer Duels. Opinions on the Summer Duels game mode skews negative. The average is 2.375. I'm interested in seeing this survey in 2023, given my personal viewpoint of Summer Duels a year ago was positive. Now it's not. There you go. So I want to see what this looks like. You might think I'm a very negative person. I am not. I try my best to see the positives, and I play through quite a bit.
Some people are very scarily more negative than you are.
Yeah. At least I'm reasonable. Jeez. Like, I will take in facts. And I will...
Logic.
And
Logic.
I'm not like 100%... I'm not even close to 100% ruled by emotion. Especially on, like, things that I share my opinion on. So, yeah.
Ruled
16.8%. Oh my god. Only roughly 17% felt positive. Oh god. How often do you play it? Over half the people never. Okay. So people just did it to get the rewards. The standard rewards mode is preferred by 37.6% compared to the... Wow. They like the standard mode? Okay, why?
It's
don't
really
matter.
low stakes. You can just do whatever in standard.
Favorite character introduced: Ash, Letizia, Elm. Whoa.
Elm.
Whoa.
Just dying there.
Chat. Did you guys really like her that much?
To be fair, she was pretty early on in this time. This was March.
But we already had like a really good hinting at how she was by that point, though.
Yeah.
She was like the focus really early on, right? So.
Pretty much.
Okay.
There's still a little mystery filled though.
God damn it, they ruined her. People actually liked her. I liked her. I liked her even by the end of it. So.
I still like her, but.
Your opinion don't matter. Which of the following resplendent heroes added since last story has your favorite art? Ishtar was #1. Wow. Followed by Deirdre, Self, Noe, Florina, Lucas, Est. Now, for each hero since the last story to get a resplendent, the art preferences are Noe, Ishtar, Florina, Self, Deirdre, Est, and Lucas. Fair enough.
Oh, I see.
Well,
the ratios. Resplendent or original.
That's funny for Lucas. The heck? I felt that way too, but yeah.
But all the others are very skewed.
Obviously, everyone on Faye Reddit is a lolicon, though. 92.2% like this one.
I mean, well, compared to her original form looked pretty lame, so.
Also, we're all suckers. Look at this. Have you spent hero grails to get any of the heroes added grails chops in survey? You want to see, chat? This is a perfect example of how hard, even though we celebrate grail heroes, it's an example of how hard it is to get a good grail hero. 21.7% people got Yenfei, and I bet 21.7% people regret getting Yenfei. You know what I mean?
That is, Yenfei was, I think, a unique case of just a unit encounter.
Okay, what about Shamir?
With 1.7
Shamir is just perfless.
Nimchilling.
Doomed eventually.
So, what about Ignatz?
I mean, Ignatz has aged better than those two.
Sophia, doomed. Sedgar, doomed. Kaiza was one of the few heroes that had a chance of maintaining his ranking and standing.
Yeah.
But people don't even care, so.
And ironically, Bertram has actually aged better than a lot of the others on that list.
If you pull a rearm lift.
If you do, yes. Which is easier now because he's on a banner.
Let's see. What percentage of people do you think regret building both Yenfei and Host?
Oh, God.
Hey.
Well,
hey. Bird
Legion,
Jesus. Who are you trying to talk about here?
I built Yenfei, but I did not fall for Holst.
I can't believe you, Bird Jesus. Why are you like this? I love you so much, and then you treat me like...
He's an abusive boyfriend.
You know, they treat animals at zoos better. You know, at a zoo, you can't poke a monkey. You know what I mean? You can't just, hey, get a stick out and poke the monkey or throw a banana at them or something.
You're calling yourself a monkey. That's pretty brave of you.
Which movement? Oh, yeah. Yeah. The entire thing with that. All right, anyways, which movement type do you believe is the strongest currently? 55.2% in armor. Which should be to surprise nobody considering recency bias would mean the Valentine Baron just came out, which we got really good armor heroes like Valentine, Lucina. Followed by Cav, followed by infantry, and almost nobody said flyer.
That was what flyers had even worse skills.
Yeah, it's turned around a lot. Which movement type do you believe is the weakest currently? Flyer. Yeah, it's easy. Infantry, but it's close. And yeah, armor last. Which character do you want the new heritable skills from the most? B skill. Oh, well, this is going to stay the same, especially with the new B skills.
The seal skills helped out.
3.7 out of 5 is average rating of Ascendant hero. 58.8% rated their feelings as 4.5, and and above, compared to 10% who rated 2.5 and below. So most people were happy about Ascendant Heroes coming out. 3.5 out of 5% out of 5 is the average rating of Ascendant Florets as an item. What? More people like the Ascendant Heroes than they liked Florets. What? How do you differentiate that?
A little weird. I guess the character selection and how their kits and stats.
Well, you can't
and all that
talk about character selection because it just came out at that point.
No, they had
like a couple.
So no, they had what? Fjorm.
Because we started with Fjorm and Legarn,
Joshua,
and that led people to believe it might just be Fey OCs, and then we got Joshua. Yeah, like
yeah, but this was Joshua was already out at this point. He came out in January, February.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's too little to
that's true.
Go about
that's
it like
true.
that.
Yeah.
My assumption here is that they were talking about how they feel about Ascendant Heroes, the idea,
the concept. Yeah.
Anyways, 2.6 out of 5 is the average rating of the method of attainment of Florets. So nobody wanted to summon for it. What is this? This makes no sense. Oh, we're happy about Ascendant Heroes.
Question to ask.
But less of us are happy about Ascendant Florets, and even less of us like how we get them. What the heck? I thought this was a package deal. Okay. 26% report that Ascendant Florets have convinced them to summon in a situation when they otherwise would not have, compared to 71.5% who have not. The reality is most people are casual, so another 4 stats or something, 3 or 4 stats don't care. They don't matter. 3.3 is the average number of formal units owned by respondents. The median's 2. It'll be interesting to see it now, because I think over the past year, people are a lot more loose about usage here. 1.8 out of 5 is the average rating of how much units summoner duels about abilities weight into overall. They should show this to IS, because it honestly feels like IS only cares about summoner duels nowadays. Seriously.
I guess it's real.
Granted, Mortis is something else entirely, but he is really good in summoner duels. 55.3% report they do not consider summoner duels viability at all, while 9.9% weigh it as 4.5 or above. Yeah, okay, so very small amount of people care. 20.4% would prefer that hero they want share stone colors on a banner with another hero, compared to 62.2% who would not. Yeah, color sharing, people hate that. Wait a sec, 20% of people are crazy. Huh. Makes sense. 3.3% 5 is the average number rating of how important it is that a family of skills is completed. Okay.
So OCD level. From 0 to 5.
Which game do you want a new heroes banner from the most? Okay, well, you definitely know.
Well,
IS does not pay attention to this. At number 1, TMS. At number 2, Radiant Dawn. I feel like this still needs to be fulfilled.
Yeah, this is still... Radiant Dawn will still be high.
3 houses basically maintain rank. Never change. Genealogy of the Holy War? How?
They probably hadn't had a banner for a bit.
Okay. Fire Emblem Cypher is an option.
Oh. Huh.
Fates? Awakening minus 11%.
Awakening had gotten a banner out fairly recently, so.
Yeah, that was the Valentine banner, but still, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Are you guys that finicky? If it were me, I'd be just like, give me more Blazing Blade, give me more Radiant Dawn, and after
the ratio is just balanced.
Oh yeah, it's perfectly even.
As all things should be.
Fire Emblem War. What? Why would you want that?
And Liana fans.
Okay, but apparently that's higher than Mystery of the Emblem. That is depressing. More people want warriors than Mystery of Emblem.
I'm trying to think of when Mystery, with the most recent Mystery banner, would have been at that point.
Jeez, nobody cares about Marth. That's all I'm seeing from here, chat. You can combine that to get 2.7%.
Engage certainly
nobody cares, Marth.
Care a lot about Marth. Engage shoves Marth in your face.
17.9% feel positive about the addition of Faith. Yeah, not a surprise. Compared to 31.7% who feel negatively and 48.8% who feel neutral. So you either feel nothing or you don't like it. This is nearly identical to the previous survey. Yeah. The new Fey Pass Lock Spark had no impact on opinions. How do you make more money? Is what I've been saying all a while now. 65.4% purchased the Fey Pass at least once, compared to 34%. See, when I bought the Fey Pass, and everyone's just like, "Wow, you're such a whale, Nims." No, No, it was perfectly normal. Like most people, you at least wanted to experience it one time. Like
A large fish in a sea of large fish.
if they didn't start with Lynn, it would have been easier for me to say no. 36% have personally former soul at least once, compared to 64.1% who have not. And how has the recent changes to Fae changed your opinion on the game as a whole? My opinion was positive and has stayed positive. Okay. At least over a third are positive about the game a year ago. My opinion used to be negative, but it has turned positive. Okay. Neutral. Oh boy. My opinion used to be positive, but has turned negative. What the? My opinion was negative and stayed negative.
Those two are equal.
That's interesting. So
Like 17%.
What I'm seeing
negative.
here is basically saying 40% people feel positive about the game, and then the majority don't have any particular feelings, and then there's a small portion who are negative about the game. Approval ratings are calculated proportion of approval response compared to number of
yes, approval ratings.
3 out of 5 is the average rating, to the extent of which is, that's a C, isn't it?
That would technically be. I mean, that'd technically be a D minus, but yeah.
Okay, I guess it depends on where you are in the world. So I think that's fine. When you rate the game you play, the developer at D minus. Yet love the game. Totally makes sense. Okay. What has IS done since the last area that you approve of? Sun Heroes. So many changes for. Oh yeah, that was big. Divine Codes 3. More weekly revivals. Phase Pass Park. Summer duels. Okay, I want to see this now because the reality is this last year was big. This year I don't believe in anything.
We'll probably get a couple things, but not as many as last year.
Making arena assault less frequent. Yeah, that's for most people that was like their favorite mode. Has the Hero Festival banner? I don't care about it, unfortunately. Okay, my music stopped playing for some reason.
Literally over 70% of answers are about Fate Pass Spark or Summer Duels.
A third of people approve of how they handle farm heroes. Wow. While 17.2% disapprove and 46.1% are neutral. I want to see what it looks like this year. The past year started out so strong. If you could add one character not currently in the game, who would it be? Toma's the winner, followed by Boyd, then Gregor. Toma from TMS.
Oh, nice. Gregor actually got. Funny.
Okay. All right, chat.
See, Gregor wasn't that unpopular.
So we went into this to show you like the feelings and ideas of the game thus far.
Casey,
I'm wondering
what what's with that comment?
Okay, fine. Casey wants the stream to end. All right. Good night, everybody. You're all the best and the worst. There you go. Also, the music stopped playing. Why did it stop playing? So weird. And then became a black box. Oh, look at this.
Oh yeah, well year one and then, or not year one, the quarter one, and then everything else is a lot lower.
Yeah, remember when I said 2020 was the last good year? Yeah.
What? Let's see, 2020. Oh, I see. Well, it doesn't have, but it has 2020. I see.
There was actual
Quarter
growth
one,
in the first
quarter
couple
two.
of years. It was just afterwards there wasn't. I don't know how many. Oh, whoa! There are not so many Fae players as we think.
Game facts.
I strongly hides the number of players of Fae. According to the data sheet showed by at Whistle, we know nothing. I tried to estimate the total number of votes fast, and this number is about up to 1.2 million total votes. If we divide by 7, we get about 170,000 active players max, which voted.
Wait, hold on. I don't get what this person's basing this on.
Yeah, I think it's based off of a Twitter post is what I'm seeing.
Okay. I wouldn't trust game facts on anything, but
I don't
oh,
doubt
wait,
this.
this is 5 years ago.
Yeah, I don't doubt this thing though. The 170,000 people by the votes. Yeah, it takes assumption everyone voted all 7 times. It's pretty unreliable, though, I guess, to estimate. Yeah, I don't even vote all 7 times. Okay, that one's kind of confusing. I'm not even sure what the conclusion they're trying to draw.
That's sketch.
Okay.
That would have been like 2018 as well. So.
I always laugh when they just put it in a random mobile game. Yes, compare Fire Emblem Heroes to Clash Royale. You know, at least the other ones are Nintendo games. Just bring out the Clash Royale. All right, cool.
It's actually funny. I actually thought Clash Royale did a lot better than that, but I guess no. Kind of sucks ass.
It's because mobile games and accepting of mobile games and open ideas of like the openness of like certain games and concepts in Japan is just way different than in the West.
Oh, I see. That's first day game launches. Okay, I see.
Yeah. Which I don't think Clash would have a big launch there. Yeah. Because the reality is this game is basically being kept alive by Japanese players.
In large part, yeah.
Yeah. Over half of the money generated by Fire Emblem Heroes is from Japan.
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
Yeah. All right, that's that.
The big money game.
Man. You still gonna tell me you think it's a slight decline?
I mean, I don't think it's, I still am not convinced that it's, accelerating at an extremely rapid pace or something, but it's not.
We have no new players, and you're going to tell me it's a slight decline.
I mean, I guess
a year ago, in 4 months, you would get 120,000 new downloads.
I mean, if I'm going to nitpick the wording, maybe slight is, too, if you'll pardon the overlap in phrasing, slightly too, what's the word? I guess generous in its phrasing. But you're
basically like saying, "Hi, I've been slightly stabbed, and I'm slightly bleeding as a result."
Well, okay, that's a little.
And the paramedics can take their slight time.
That is a very interesting metaphor, I will say.
No, that's basically what's going on. It's been a clear, notable.
Well, I am not.
CFO.
I am not dying currently, so. I'm not. I will not be at. Fame will not be at 0 if, unless obviously they declare EOS. So. Whereas if all the blood bleeds out of me, then I will be at 0. So.
What would you even consider as a decline then? By the way.
Like what?
Like a true decline, a drastic decline.
Like, I don't know. It's hard to quantify exactly.
Okay, so you don't even have in your mind.
Well, no. I was gonna. I wasn't finished.
Okay.
I was gonna say that if like within a year, it would. It depends a little bit on what time frame you give, but say a year, if the views dropped off of something by like.
But I told you, it did drop off.
Oh no!
The trailer views are substantially lower. The book views are substantially lower.
No, I was gonna say it's by a specific amount, but also
what's the specific amount?
Wrong. I could be wrong, but hold on just a second. I don't think the views dropped off that much between 1 year ago and right now.
We could look at the book introduction. Despite the book introduction being one of the best I've ever seen, it is substantially lower than last year. In fact,
okay, I'll check.
I brought this up because at the same time it was happening, A Smash drama video from Hungrybox had more views. And they were side by side on my feed. And I was just like, are you serious?
Oh yeah, well I
The
mean,
Smash drama video. For
now, to be
Melee,
fair, Smash Drama
a 20 plus year old game.
Yes,
You see the problem?
No, I see the problem, but you are comparing a little bit of apples and oranges there. Hungrybox and Smash are very
Okay, we're talking
well
about the
known and
official
popular.
Nintendo mobile channel, which in
Right,
years
it's
past
still-
could have videos with millions of views. Which, by the way,
Yes.
the book introduction trailers back in the past have millions of views.
Okay, well let me check.
So you want to take a look at what it actually is versus the past?
Let's see.
I mean, I could do it on stream.
868, and then let's see, book 5.
Well, I think this is a good time for me to take my leave and
Okay, yeah,
sleep.
it is a lot lower.
Take care, Mario.
200. Yeah, see you later. 287 versus 868 for the book 5 one. Let me see what it was for the book.
You can go back
first
the
cycle.
years and see how much higher it gets.
Oh wait, no, the book 5 movie was 497K.
No.
whereas the book
Compare
s-
the same Fate channel. That's the fair thing to do. The movies are different.
No, that's what I'm doing. I'm comparing the movie to the movie versus the movie. So the book 5 movie.
the
Oh,
Fate
the
channel
Fate channel?
encompasses the entire damn thing. It has
Okay,
the
well, let me-
Fate movie in it. Remember?
All right.
That,
Well,
I don't think that's a
let me
good
go to
measure.
Okay, let me go to the book 6. Well, it's a lot harder to find. I don't know if they archived the Fate channels or not. I'm just because I
Of course,
can't.
they're
when I look-
archived. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but when I look for the easiest thing I find is just the movie, the introduction movie for each of them.
What are you talking
the
about? The
easiest-
Fate channels are all easy to find. What the?
Well, I'm looking specifically on YouTube. Hold on, I'll try again. Let me see. I'm saying they're archived as in like they don't show up when you do a YouTube search.
Because you don't know how to search on YouTube.
But I've never
How else am I going to word this?
I've never had an issue with this specifically, or with specific things like this. At any rate. Hold on, let me.
Okay, you want to see how easy it is?
I know there's an
channel.
archived
book.
list.
All right. Fate channel, December 4th, 2022. All right.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, searching within it. Okay, yeah. I just need.
Oh, wow. Fate
Well,
channel.
hold on. I don't know if you can even do that on mobile though. That's the thing.
Okay. Fate channel, December 4th, 2022, 103,000 views. Fate channel, 2021, 146,000 views. Fate channel, 2020, 159,000 views. I would say losing about a third of that is pretty drastic. And I know some people firmly believe or don't know enough about YouTube to... most of the reviews are from the first 48 hours.
Yes, but yeah,
You're not getting 50,000 views. You're not getting 50,000 views in a year. That's not going to happen.
But hold on, I was curious about something. Can you check the Wait, hold on. Let's see. Book 7 movie. Hold on. So where's the book 5? The one that introduced book 5, the Fate channel that introduced book 5?
What are you talking about? Didn't we go through that? That's 2020, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I guess that is. Okay. And then
It's right here. I showed it.
Then 100. Okay, so the Fate channel that introduced the other one. Okay, so it lost 13,000 views in those years, while in that 1 year time frame.
Yeah, that's a slight decline. How about
But
146,000, 203,000? That is not a slight decline.
yes, but the Fate channel is a little different from the book opening movies, which I don't know exactly why the numbers are so different. For example, the book
You
the
want
book
to see
6
a book movie? Okay.
yeah,
book
well
7
check.
movie.
It's interesting. Compare the book 6 movie to the book 5 movie.
Yeah, 287,000 views. Book 6, 868.
No, but I know, but the other one, the book. I don't know if you. Oh yeah, book 5 movie. There it is. Down there.
500,000.
497K compared to book 6.
Yeah. The reason why I don't like using the movies is because when you have something short, it could just be something that like it shows up on your feed and you watch it because it's shorter.
It could be. The cow probably attracted like double the people per alone.
Yeah.
So.
I gotta say the channel is the best way to measure it because if you're actually interested, you'll watch it, and if you're not, you won't. For something like 2 minutes, then yeah, you probably just watch it. But again,
Yeah,
it's not
so
a good
that's-
measure because no
I
matter
know,
how
I'm
you
not
look at
saying
it,
it's a-
we
it's
are
a
now
good
at
measure, but it's-
287,000, whereas at before it was at least 500,000. Again, Book
Right,
3
so
movie
it's
had
a-
1.7 million. Like, I don't know how you want to cut it. It should be obvious. Book 2, 2 million views. Like,
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's not a noticeable decline, except in that one sort of exception with Ash.
it's not chat. To be clear, it's not just views on Nintendo Mobile because I feel like some
Oh,
of
I
you
guess
guys will see
Lonely
it that way.
Puppeteer still did really well. That's interesting.
No,
1.1
that's
million
not.
views.
That's not. You can't do a comparison like that
I'm
because
not doing a
it's-
comparison. I'm just saying. Oh, hey, look, it did well.
Yeah, that was their best video, by the way, in 2022. Lonely Puppeteer for Fire Emblem. That was by far the best video they made. Nothing else came close. When did you say Genshin Impact's version going from 2 million views to 1.3 million from version 2 to version 3 is a significant decline? The thing is, when it comes to that, the reason why I
Yeah,
don't
what's
like
different
looking
about
at that
Genshin?
value is because you can't fault a game's decline in the first 2 years because that's just how it's built in, right? In the first 2 years, you'll have a lot of people try something out and play it, and then they'll figure out whether it's for them or it's not. Now,
So
years
isn't that
3,
kind of
4,
what happened with Faye too?
we're in year 6, dude.
Well, no, that I'm saying, isn't that how the sort of the decline, the first few years decline of Faye happened?
Huh?
In that people trying it out,
You
and a lot of
know,
people
there's a reason why I didn't bring up the big daddy of it all. You want to see what the first Fire Emblem movie had in terms of views? Like,
Oh yeah, what was the first? Which one was that? The
the original Fire Emblem Heroes trailer.
opening movie? That was
No, the
217K.
widescreen one was what secondary one that they made. You can't compare from the first year because there's so many people involved with it that it's not even like, okay, because there's a lot of eyes and a lot of attention from people who don't even play the game. They're just people who are thinking about playing the game, so it's really hard to discern
obviously
what it
first
actually is
Year one is
from
very
year
different.
one, which is why I don't think it's fair. Like, for book 2 itself had 2 million views. That's why I didn't even want to bring up book 2 and things like that, because again, first 2 years,
Still in
that's
the infancy of it.
yeah, it's when the later years come by and you're in to your core audience, right? By book 6, I mean half the game's players are from the first year right now per the review, and it would not be surprising to see. Okay, you know what? The easier way to do this isn't even by searching it. You just go to videos and most popular. It's that easy.
Super Mario Run. Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
well,
that's
the original trailer had 607,000 views. Where is it? Where's
oh,
the
that's
first?
actually a lot lower than I thought. Huh.
Yeah. Where is it?
First trailer. The
Okay.
main video's got more views than that.
Uh,
Oh, Performing Arts. I guess that banner was popular.
I don't see it anymore. But the original, or maybe it
I saw
was.
I saw something on the original. It looked like it only had like 250K or something.
The original. Maybe. Okay. But either way, like, I wouldn't. Listen, you can't. Again, this is why it's not a good argument, because look, you go back 5 years, look at Performing Arts, look at Fallen Heroes, look at Brought Out Bloom, you can't actually believe or hope that the future will contain views like this.
No.
You can't. Like, these are, a lot of the old stuff have tons of views because it's a game in the infancy and people wanted to know whether they want to play the game or not. But you could definitely see that we don't have such hits even remotely nowadays. I think the most recent big hit was Three Houses. I think that was it.
Seems so, yeah.
But again, going back to what I'm saying, you can't... A game in its infancy can't be like valued like that, because then I'll tell you right away, going from year 1 where the game made $300 million to year 2 where the game made $200 million, you know, or how in the first 24 hours the game had what, 78 million or something downloads, and obviously right now, or 7.8 million, like a crazy number of downloads.
I think it was 7.8, yeah.
So, yeah, 7.8 million
would be kind of insane, but yeah.
Right, but again, you know, it's not a good measure. First year is not a good measure. Second year is not even a good measure. It's when three and onwards where that's the real game. How do you stay popular?
Fire Emblem Heroes opening movie widescreen.
What their
link.
overall strategy is for this.
Genshin V1 averaged 4 million views, V2 was 2 million, V3 is 1.3 million views. But as I mentioned, that's the point, because when Genshin first had its special program, even if you weren't a player of Genshin Impact, you probably watched it. You probably would watch it. If you were interested in playing a game and they're like, okay, well, this is the big introduction to the game, wouldn't you watch it? Like, no, that's normal, I would say.
I wonder if Genshin's, like version 4 is going to look like, for example. If that would dip below 1 million.
But this is a poor argument anyways. You want to know why?
Well, obviously they're very different game audiences and sizes.
No, because we know the active Genshin Impact player base.
Active Genshin Impact. As of August.
Well, it's loading. There's a lot of ways they can find out about this.
Might take a while to load.
Right now, live, there are about 600,000 players. In the past 30 days, there's an active 64 million players.
Yeah, the player base is far, far bigger, obviously.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is, like, it's not a good measure because most people wouldn't even watch it in the first place. And while you can say the same thing about Faye, even if you do it that ratio, it still means it's valid to see the big decline from numbers from one year to next. For Genshin, it's still in its infancy, and there's no questioning this amount of players. There's just no questioning it. Like, you can't. What would even, like, there is no decline. This is what a healthy. Okay, so here it is. The game continuously gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh, I see. The whole.
This is what a growing, like, that's why I'm saying you can't say Genshin's on a decline, because Faye's not on this trajectory. Faye's on the trajectory of going downwards, not upwards.
I wonder if the active player count if we got that at Faye, I think it'd be pretty stable, honestly.
Yeah,
Not
because
really
from the Reddit post, you saw that half. Well, no, it's declining. It's not adding.
Well, in terms of the active player base, I think it's pretty stable in terms of not fluctuating much.
What? It is fluctuating. I just showed you. If revenue go down, average downloads go down, views go down, how can you at that point say it's not fluctuating?
I'm not saying it's I'm not. I don't think it's changing rapidly is the thing. It's not fluctuating at all, but
what? The reason why I brought all this up was because it was significant, and it's if you were a content creator and you could see views and things like that, then you would notice it a lot easier.
I wish I could see what the actual, if there were like a statistical chart for it, then I know for sure if I'm, if I'm padding it or if I'm, right. But
we could have just asked chat how many of the people are new players. Like, I would swear to you, we probably not even get up one person.
Well, yeah, I'm not expecting new players. That's a little much for
but you
Faye
do
at this
realize that's what a healthy
Yeah, no
game
shit. Yeah.
looks like.
Obviously, I'm not fucking claiming that Faye is a healthy, growing game that's gonna break records for new players, or even get many new players at all.
This is why I'm saying we're basically the Dragalia Lost crowd at this point. We just don't know it.
I still think
if you looked at what the Dragalia Lost people were saying as they were clearly heading into major decline and the life of the game was threatened, if you look at the stuff they were saying, you would understand why I'm saying what I'm saying.
I mean, I guess if I can take a deep dive into, not because that's a bit
the way they coped with everything was incredible to me. The way they coped with everything, like some of these people really felt blindsided with the end of service announcement, and I just couldn't believe it. Like, if you just, I mean, the measures I gave you, right? Revenue, views, install base. They all went down drastically, and these guys were like, well, we still have this community. Look at all my friends still play the game. We're good. Okay, bud. We're going down the same path.
We'll see. Weren't people making this argument a couple of years ago, too?
When?
I remember people were doomer billing about this game isn't going to last 2 more years, back in 2020.
Yeah, 2020 was the last decent year, and they were correct. The game went through a major decline.
Well, they thought the game would
Book
literally
8
die.
will be the last book. Book 8 and End of Service is announced on December this year.
End of service.
Better jump ship early and get to stream other games, dude.
But then again, people make really bold predictions without thinking about it. So
depends on what you count as an active player for Genshin. Am I an active player even though I only played maybe 5 hours in game in order to support a sponsorship? I'm going to consider myself an active Genshin player. That's fair, but how many people you think runs through that scenario?
Sugwa, what the fuck are you?
Casey, I appreciate you helping with the sponsorship, but like, even no matter how you want to define a game, if you can get 64 people to not only have installed the game or played it in 1 month, that's really friggin' good. But as I showed with the chart, they've maintained 60 million plus since March of 2022.
How in the world are you confident? You literally just said confidently. You just said Book 8 will be the last book. Book 8 and End of Service is announced on December this year. Better jump ship early and get to stream other games. What? How? I understand someone claiming End of Service like happening, within this time frame, but you're literally just fucking trying to be a fucking crystal ball at that point. Like, what even is that sentence?
Subtract the number of players who never finished Mondstadt. Here's the funny thing. What do you consider finishing Mondstadt? Remember, I did not even finish Actually, you can make the argument I didn't finish Mondstadt, by the way. I did. Lisa's still waiting for her date, and that's one of the earliest things you can do.
That's sad.
So yeah, I don't know how you're gonna measure active, because
I can't get over how stupid that take is. Holy shit.
I can't. So Casey, I can't like back that statement, because then I wouldn't count as an active player, despite the fact I spend, or yeah.
Oh my god.
I wouldn't even count in that margin, because the game doesn't force you to do those kind of stories to play the game. Yeah, see? Story quests. Yeah, I'm still helping out with the tax. See this? Wind Whale Highland Mondstadt, Charles Troubles. Has Charles managed to get a hold of the tax form he needs? While Jean is ill from overwork, you've been tasked with handling some of the citizens' commissions on her behalf. Where has Margaret's pet cat Prince run off to this time? I don't like the suggestion because then I would even count as active player.
How do you feel about Sugma's argument here?
Completed initial Archon quest with the dragon. I don't think you can get to Leeway without doing it, right? No, you can get to Leeway without doing it. Wanna know what? You wanna know how? Because when Leeway first came out, I was even further behind on story, and I just walked to Leeway. Nim's not fitting video games with a thunk. Thanks, Bird. You could just walk to Leeway. Like, I don't know. I don't think that's a good margin. I think the margin of just like, you know, playing the game and logging on is fine because that's how all games do it. If we are like Dragalia now, that's what would happen if Faye mirrors Dragalia. So if Nom's confident saying we are the Dragalia crowd, he should act accordingly and dip early instead of trying to argue with us. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. What kind of a take is that?
You want to know why those Dragalia people were talking about this stuff? Because they kept playing Dragalia. Do you like? There's sometimes I talk to people and I wonder out loud, are you even a human being? You know,
because some of the with Sugma every day.
Some of the takes that people take just like, have you like not interacted with people? You wouldn't have these thoughts if you didn't care. Do you see me talking about like the potential decline of Raid Shadow Legends? No, you don't. Do you see me talk about the decline of so-and-so and so and so? Like, despite the fact Apex Legends is closing their mobile game and they just announced it, did you see me talk about that? I mean, I mentioned it because somebody else mentioned it, but I didn't go out of my way to talk about it. You know? Like, you don't... Just because I have these worries should tell you the opposite of what you're saying. Instead of what you're saying. Hey, the game has its issues and needs to right these things if it ever wants to continue on. Instead, you take out this, hey, you should quit now. Like, what? I don't even understand how you come to these conclusions, because it makes no sense. If you think about it for just 10 seconds, you would realize why it makes no sense.
I cannot believe he literally typed with a straight face, better jump ship early and get to stream other games, dude. What have you... I'm literally speechless. Like, that. What kind of a robotically engineered person comes up with a take so incredibly bad?
Like, I'm worried about the game. If I didn't give a shit about the game, why would I be even worried about it? There are tons of things that happen in this world that I don't talk about, that I have no worries about, because I don't give a shit. This is why it's such a stupid argument that you're trying to make.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I admit, maybe I've been coping a little bit with my taking it phase a little, you know, not as bad as it is right now. But I would never want anyone to, you know, quit streaming it because of their worries about the game. Like, that's just...
This is also my point about the Fae community. You should realize, like, the content creators for Fire Emblem Heroes, I'm not just talking about myself, obviously. The fact that they're doing this, despite the fact that it represents no future, yeah, it's because they love the game and they love you guys. That's it. They're not really making... I think the only person in this community who might actually make real money is PM1.
Really, yeah.
Anybody else, yeah, they're getting pocket change for the time and effort they're putting in. If they really want to make money, if they really want traction, if they want anything, they wanted anything,
really big game,
they could have just done something else. So you're taking the entirely wrong idea out of this. What, you think playing Fae is a job for me or something? Like, Don't be crazy.
rewarding
jeez.
content creators hard work by saying, "Nah, you should just quit, bro. You should just quit and say just give up on the game." That's what you should do.
Wow. I literally just talked about this, and then he typed it. Because in your case, the decision is influenced by how much you can profit from doing content on the game. Oh my god. This is what I mean.
So it's just Sugmo's assuming that everyone who does fake content is just doing it because they want to make a quick buck. Okay.
Hey, I'm well aware that continuing to make Fire Emblem Heroes content and streaming Fire Emblem Heroes will get me nowhere. I'm well aware. I've been well aware, if you've been paying attention, since 2020. As I said, that was the last good year. So when 2021 happened, when 2022 happened, you think I'm slow or something? Like I don't realize what's going on? Come on. If the game is declining and the views are waning, the smart choice would be to dip now and make the most of your time doing something profitable. Yeah, 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I could have just done that.
I don't understand someone who views everything as a business transaction. Like, that's not how the world works.
Nims
People
has
have
been trying to
emotional
branch
attachments.
out. So Perp is right about that. I am trying to play more and do more things. But you gotta realize something. Remember how I started the arguments all today with saying, even if I wanted to spend more time in Fae, I can't. If I spend more time in Fire Emblem Heroes, what can I accomplish? Nothing. Nothing more than what I can accomplish as is.
No,
If I put 10 hours in Fire Emblem Heroes, what I would have achieved? If I put 10 hours in Fire Emblem Heroes for a month straight, what would I have achieved? You know what I mean? Like, it's not like other games. I'm not grinding for equipment. I'm not doing quests. Yes, Fire Emblem Heroes has quests, but they're not the same as quests in other games where it's multifaceted, it takes steps and a lot of effort and work, right? There's like a clear limit on what you can do in Fire Emblem Heroes. The reason why I'm branching out is because that clear limit is more visible than ever. You think this is 2017 where GHBs took like an hour to do? Like, they were legitimately hard GHBs to do,
I remember that.
right? They put in Fae Pass. So back in the day, I used to do Tempest Trials on stream. Yeah, I'm just gonna press the auto bow button because that's all I need to do nowadays, right? Like, do you get it? Like, I'm branching out, but that's not necessarily because, hey, the game's about to fail or anything of what you've been saying. I don't. This is the problem. Like, this community is just.
Oh yeah.
It's
You've
just
got a lot of people like this.
You can't appreciate what you have because you always think you don't.
It'll just be there. These people
will just
keep
be there.
doing it.
And then when you see these
they'll
people
do it for
quit
me.
and you wonder why they quit, and you're just like, oh, I'm so sad. I used to watch their content. Yeah, you used to watch their content. You used to support them, but you stopped because you just assumed they'll be there because your interest waned. And then when people move on, you're so confused why. Like, over the years, I've seen so many people in this community quit. Not just as content creators, but players quit, and people don't understand. Like, okay. Anyways. He said nothing since then, so I hope he recognizes how stupid this is.
Hopefully,
the
or
worst
he's
thing-
typing out a long ass response, which is maybe more likely.
Yeah, the worst thing is, people have said I was profit motivated since like 2017. Yeah, you remember in 2017 when Doki Doki Literature Club first came out and I immediately played it? Before it came on Steam, by the way. So it didn't even get big at that point, and I was already playing it. Why? Because I was interested and I enjoyed it. Or when Fate Grand Order first launched, why did I play it? Oh, because I was a fan of the Fate franchise. Oh, you guys might point out like, oh, well, those things are big things. They turn out great. Okay, what about the small things I tried out? Does anyone remember Damachi? I played that for a year. It went nowhere. It was a game by Crunchyroll. They shuttered it. Did I even weep for it? No, but I played it for a year and I enjoyed it because I like Damachi. Right? We tried a lot of things. Like, we even tried the Shin Megami Tensei game that came out.
Which one was that?
It's a mobile game.
Oh.
We tried it. We tried Animal Crossing as well. We tried a lot of things. People like nitpick things that happened and things that didn't happen. it's not very fair to like view things like that just because hey, you spend time on Faye, and like it's just ridiculous. That's what I'm trying to say. I do a lot of things because, like most people, I have multiple interests, but unfortunately, people only care about certain things, and that's all they care about. So if that's all you care about, you won't pay attention to anything else, and thus your opinion will be as skewed as possible. It's just that it wasn't too long ago that you talked about prioritizing sponsorships and that kind of stuff over games like Engage or games you enjoy like Persona or Chaos Head. Do you have like no idea how sponsorships work? Hey, we have a sponsorship for you. And you're like, no thanks. Okay? And then a month later it's like, hey, we have a sponsorship. No thanks. And the next month they're not going to ask you. Do you realize that? Or hey, we have a sponsorship for you. Oh, you got no one to play the game? Huh. Do you realize how these things work? If you want to be a long-time content creator and this is your dream, you better have sponsorships. Because that's all you can't rely on, nor should you, rely on viewers to be like the way to achieve that dream. If you ever watch a YouTube video and they start with sponsorship and you're thinking, why are they starting with sponsorship? Because it's the only way they're going to live their dreams, dudes. It's not being... I know you're not very good at like doing this human thing, but I have dreams and hopes, and I've been a content creator for all these years because I would like to achieve said dreams of, you know, being a content creator. And so I understand things that have to be done to hit those dreams, and sponsorships are definitely very important on that level. So yeah. If you asked anybody, would you rather not do your sponsorship? They'd probably say yes, but they understand how this works. In your mind, I guess, it's either 100% or 0%, which is a really unhealthy way of looking in this world. It's not black and white. Just because there's money involved doesn't mean that's all is involved.
He basically said, so I perceived it as you recently pivoting into being very profit-focused moving forward. So I guess he was interpreting like you as becoming like some kind of greedy money grubber, like all of a sudden, because you wanted to do sponsorships or something. Like,
it is such a bad take because, hey, Mech Arena, we were sponsored. They've paid me. I'm still playing the game. Wow. Could the novel concept of that, it's a good game and I actually enjoy it, come across to you? You know? You've most definitely seen me play it. Like, the other thing about sponsorships is I think people just assume like they're all shit games because they have to pay people to play the game. Not true.
I'm sure some of them are just fine. Yeah.
Because it would make zero business sense. If you have to pay someone to play the game, why would they pay you to play the game? That makes no sense. You want to do sponsorship? Time to stop doing all the games you enjoy. Yeah. Like, come on.
Imagine if Nintendo actually did like sponsorships, like more in-depth sponsorships, like actually like sponsored people to play.
They used to
stuff like that.
They actually used to.
Yeah, they're not anymore, really though.
They hate people nowadays.
Yeah, Nintendo's never been a very people-friendly company anyway, though. So
the logic is flawless. I don't even know why I need to explain this. You prioritize and want to do good on sponsorships because if you want a future as a content creator, you need sponsorships. If you watch any YouTube video from anyone big content creators, don't they always start with a sponsorship?
Generally, yeah. Or they somehow work it into like 2 minutes into the video.
Yes, that's the smart way to do it. So what, is everyone just profit motivated. No, everyone realizes to achieve your dreams and to do this for a living, you need money. And it's not like money doesn't... Or do you not know how money works? My god. You know,
I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Yeah. Hey, you remember when I'm becoming a VTuber and I told you how expensive that was? Right? And remember when I needed to get a better capture because our original webcam, it was just like super delayed and janky, right?
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. You guys remember all of that? To fix those things, it takes money.
And time and effort.
Yeah. Right? The reason why we get it stream at a higher quality, like the start of this year, we got transition effects, right? Because I bought them. Right? Like, it takes money. Like, it's... I don't know what you think, but the sponsorships are generally a good thing. And it's an opportunity to try things that you haven't gotten to try before. That you might like. Case in point, Langrisser Mobile, when they sponsored me, I played it for 2-3 years afterwards. Which is hilarious to me because a lot of the good concepts in Langrisser Mobile eventually came to Fire Emblem Heroes. Which,
like the savior concept, I guess.
Yeah, it was always there. And which cracked me up when I finally saw it because I was like,
you
I just thought they didn't want to do it.
You guys have no idea how hard it is. The viewer base for auto-battling Nimzar defense is seriously waning. No sponsorships either. Kappa.
Yeah.
Wow.
So for somebody like Bird Jesus, it's just out of fun. But that's what you should realize by now. The majority of people making video in this community is just for fun. It's not really for a paycheck. You're not really... If you really want to earn money, it's not hard to figure it out.
Even PM1 is working on, a computer degree. He's not doing nothing in the background, so.
If argument is people should ditch people because it declines badly, as long time fighting game player, I can't really agree. Yeah, it's a terrible argument, but somehow Sigma made it. Somehow. The other day, I'm not even, I'll just show you guys.
Oh boy, this ought to be good.
I am legitimately confused how people are like this nowadays. Alright, so real quick. The other day, I watched this video. Johnny Gaudreau can't look up. So the story of this is he left his original team that drafted him, that gave him a career, and he signed with Columbus. And this is his first game back in Calgary. He can't watch the video. Right? He's constantly looking down. He doesn't want to watch it. And you want to know what some moron said? He says, I don't know how he didn't even have enough respect to watch what Calgary did for him, which they don't even have to do anything for him. Shows me a lot that the decision to leave was more for him than anything. That's fine. My mother always taught me you don't have to like what's at the table, but when you're the guest, you still at least try the food. Johnny sat there and didn't even try to watch the video.
Oh my, what a take.
Really? Like, are you even a human being? Are you even human? He didn't want to cry. Like, he's always very emotional to go back home. He didn't want to cry. How do people, not realize, the most basic human things? It just blows my mind. It's very sentimental and emotional, and he didn't want to, because you gotta remember, he's a professional. He's here to win the hockey game. This is gonna throw him off a lot, obviously. It's super emotional for him. He doesn't want to watch it. You can see, how he's closing his eyes and looking down, he has to try to contain himself as, the videos about him and his family's playing up ahead and everyone's cheering his name, yeah, he was getting a standing ovation and everything. It's... Come on, it's not hard to understand these things, but somehow people just can't understand.
Human emotion, not go beat boop like robot.
Ugh. Hey Pika, what's up? Anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up in a moment. I'm done. Man,
I'll have to wrap myself up too.
yeah. I can't believe you, Sigma. Why are you like this?
You thought I was bad. Oh,
The thing with you is, like, sometimes you truly are stupid. But Sigma, when is he not?
I suppose I should be grateful for the fact that I'm only occasionally stupid. But yeah, I've not known a time when I haven't been annoyed by him.
It's just... I hate how people, like, just read things that aren't there. I don't understand. I just don't understand. I just straight up don't understand. There's like 1,000 things to think about every day. You want to put this in there? And not only just think about it, but this is the stuff you end up as your conclusion.
I'm so glad I spent thousands of channel points to make sure you didn't get VIP.
Yeah.
Feel vindicated.
Anyways, whatever. We'll be back tomorrow. Because the trailer might be there.
Maybe, yeah.
I really want to start my sponsorship, which I've mentioned this before, so this fact that this needs explanation. Hey, did you know I'm interested in like war history? Oh, do you know like I'm a big fan, history buff, or I like a lot of these like structural, like historical based games. Hey, War Thunder, that's exactly that. Like I've wanted to try that game forever. Just the same thing with World Tanks and World of Warships, which I actually played in university back when, guess what? I wasn't sponsored. What a novel concept.
War Thunder actually is a pretty devoted fan base from what I hear. It's
yeah,
like a
exactly.
genuine following. It's not just people who are like, you know, trying to advertise or whatnot.
Exactly. Like, it doesn't come across somehow.
Isn't War Thunder the one that's like, it's been memed on a bunch as like the national security threat?
Exactly. Yeah.
It uses such accurate stuff from the U.S. military or something like that.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, which is really amusing to me.
It's actually funny because the real question is, how did they get their hands on these very specific documents? And the reality is, as the White House has constantly been showing, apparently top secret files, secure files.
Yeah, it can be found just anywhere, I guess.
People could just take them whenever they want, apparently.
So it goes to follow that some other security may not be the most great either.
Yeah, it wouldn't really surprise me if a F-16 engineer, an engineer who worked on F-16, for example, had a copy.
Yeah.
Of the exact dimensions and capabilities of, say, the F-16, and now it gets put into War Thunder so specifically the government raises their eyebrow.
That's just, there's something hilarious about that thought, though. I love just a maritime-based video game becoming like something the government is suspicious of is more hilarious than I could ever dream of.
Well, luckily it doesn't really matter because the Chinese have whatever they really wanted.
Yeah, and even if they did have the exact dimensions or whatever, it wouldn't like, you know, somehow kill the military operation or something. So,
can we make him VPP, very Pepega person, if that was something I could issue?
Yeah, if only.
Guys, I don't know if this is a weird thing to ask, but just try and be more human. You know, I'm aware most of you guys are human beings. Maybe we have like a bird or two in here.
Or Jesus.
But just stop, like, just think about the person as a reasonable person, right? Just think about them. You might not be reasonable yourself, but just think things through before you jump to these weird conclusions. That's all I ask.
That would be ideal. I was speaking of people. I saw a movie today that was pretty interesting, if a bit gruesome.
What movie?
It was called The Banshees of Inisherin. It's like a film set in like Ireland. And apparently, it got nominated for like 6 or 7 Oscars, I think. So it was well received.
There's always some random flick from Europe that always gets well received.
I don't know if it's. Yeah, I guess it is from Europe. Yeah, but
yes, Ireland's in Europe.
No. I was just trying to think of how if they produced it in Europe, but yeah, they did. Yeah, it was pretty interesting. It's about this guy who lives on an island, and friendship falls apart and things go south and everything turns chaotic, and it's kind of depressing, but it's very well crafted. Like, it's a very good experience.
That's a good kind of movie to make, because it doesn't it's not seated in special effects and building money, throwing money at something.
Yeah, it's mainly just the landscape of the actual island is used to craft the setting. But yeah, it was good. If kind of gruesome, and not a happy ending, but I see why it got nominated for a lot of stuff though. The actors, the 2 male leads, were both very, very good. Colin Farrell and Brendan something or other. Easton, I think, something like that. But yeah, it was good.
All right, chat. I think that's that for me. Thank you all for being here. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't really care what's in Fate tomorrow, to be honest.
Probably either trailer or refine update. Probably not both, though.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Before someone takes that the wrong way, it's because I have more interest in just Fire Heroes.
Nice. Really? How dare you?
It shouldn't be such a weird thing to say or admit. But like,
Sugma will be the type to be like, well, you should just quit. And then you say you have interest in something other than Heroes. And he's like, well, come on. How dare you do that? That's not fair to us.
That's the thing, like, that it really weirds me out, was how people only want or care about one thing, but as a person, they don't only care and want one thing, right? Like,
yeah,
you guys all have multiple interests.
Care about more things, yeah. Huh.
But then when you like go to your content creators, or like you only want one thing.
Yeah, that's the double standard we have. But yeah, thanks, Casey. Yeah, Brendan Gleeson is the guy. Yeah.
All right. Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up in a moment.
Yeah, but I will wrap it up now. And good night. It was
good night.
It was fun talking. As tired as I am. So.
3, 2, 1, go.
He didn't even say bye. He just left. It's just that we associate one of these things with you, and then another thing with something else, and then just one thing with each different person. Yeah, that's because you're a crazy person. I don't even know how to say it. Like, you have more than one interest yourself. So why should it be so weird for me to have more than one interest? And if I do anything with it, it's for what, money? Like, could it not be fathomed that I play different video games because I find them fun? Like, it's just so weird that we even have these talks, because it's not complicated. Good night, Bird Jesus. Love you. You're my favorite bird. I want you to know, I wanted to talk about this today, but we're not going to get to. I tried out Church's Chicken today. It cost us $6 in delivery. It was overrated. It was absolutely overrated. I enjoyed it though. It was good. But it was just like... Wait, why am I telling you this? Oh yeah, because you're Bird Jesus. It was good, but it was just like, man, I paid so much money for this because every American I've ever spoken to tells me Church's Chicken is the best chicken in America. And it was just like, I don't know. I don't think I would go out of my way to order it again. Oh, yeah, it's murder. I ate some chicken. Sorry. It's really hard, to be honest. What? Yeah, I associate you with being a Roblox streamer. Did you know that? I think we're gonna lose this. So off focus. I'm dead. Oh, he's reloading. Oh. Nice. Now I'm dead. We don't have Chick-fil-A's. Alright, if we don't take the center now, we lose. Oh my god.
You have 2 minutes remaining. Well done.
Is it possible? They're coming in slowly. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah. Huh? Can we make it? Oh my god. Is this possible? Oh my god, is this possible? They only need 2 points to win. I thought we were gonna lose.
There is 1 minute left.
Oh my god, we won! Holy shit. 198. Are you going to go back to Blue Archive? I think I'll go back to Blue Archive. I can make content. I actually played Blue Archive quite a bit off stream, but it was taking a lot of time. Hey Ventix. I can't wait to finish. Go to bed. Summer Part 2 is out? What are you talking about? It's not even summer.
Three, two, one, go. Let's get things started. Beacon captured. Well done. Incoming fire. Noob identified. Incoming fire. Speed operator. Well done.
Okay, as long as everyone realizes it's super weird to have a summer banner in February. You know, when we're heading towards
Incoming fire.
What? How the hell did they hit me?
Killing spree. Well done. Incoming fire.
Oh. Oh my god, really? Those things are too damn good.
Well done. Critical damage.
Just in case he peeks. Oh god.
You have 2 minutes remaining. Well done. Incoming fire. Beacon captured.
That's so stupid. This guy only plays Javelin. It's also my fault. This is why you conserve. This is why you conserve your mechs and keep your faster ones
There is 1 minute
for these
left.
situations. Yep, he's right here.
We are running out of time.
Oh, he's alone. He has no one.
30 seconds remaining. Incoming fire. Speed operator. Well done. 3, 2, 1.
I think that was the last mech, and I just can't kill him.
Defeat.
Oh, I should have just chased him. There's no point in doing that. What games are you planning for game night? If we can get 10 people to sign up for War Thunder, I'll bring back game night. I don't think it's a lot to ask, but apparently it is. That kill shot that deals 20k damage per ram? Yeah, so I instantly die, is essentially what happens. Because I don't even have 20k. 23.4k. I basically instantly die. It's ridiculous, like... I have to hold my kill shot. For moments like the ending where I gotta chase things down.
Three, 2, 1, go.
I don't want to hear from you.
Get out of my way.
You actually have a legendary pilot. When did they give out Neymar Jr. anyways? Right before I started playing, right? What? Wow. Wow. That almost killed me. I went and took cover. And that still almost killed me. This fucking game is so ridiculous with javelins. They love having no skill. I'm dead. When World Cup is an event. So yeah, right before. I'm gonna catch his ass. What the fuck? Okay. Balance, huh? He can shoot me from that close.
Critical damage. Noob identified.
There was no warning. This game is so ass sometimes. It does that with javelin missiles as well. Not that it really matters. Most times when it notifies you, you're already dead. What do you mean? At least the next one is in USA, Canada. What does that matter? Do you actually care where it is?
You have 2 minutes remaining.
I personally don't really care where it is.
You have won the match.
I'm just trying to clear my rate so I can go to bed. Like, you know, you realize you still can't go to the event, right? Even if it's in Canada, USA, and Mexico, it doesn't matter. You still can't go. Like, it being closer doesn't really mean anything, is what I'm trying to say. If you still just watch it on TV, what's the difference with it being, you know, on the same continent versus
3,
on a different continent?
2, 1, go. Let's get things started.
Rest in peace, Solnar. Solnar! Oh, maybe he's not here anymore. I wanted to tell him why I messaged him that he's so manly. Which, by the way, he's not manly. I was gonna tell him if you had a feminine voice.
Noob identified.
Solnar a hoe? Haven't heard that before. I haven't captured shit. Oh, these are just bots. Nice aims. Nice name, Goa. You totally hit nothing. I think you were aiming at snow. I think you hit the snow. Good job. Snow is really scary sometimes. Yeah, we're losing the lead because we're all over here. You're going to sleep? I was going to say, if you had a more feminine voice, you could actually pass off as a cute girl. You could cook. You have fat thighs. I want that kill. Thanks for getting me flashed. Trying to back off.
You have 2 minutes remaining. Well done. Smackdown. Well done. You have won the match.
Imagine having a feminist voice. What do you mean feminist voice? Feminine voice. Feminist voice. Alright, last one. A feminist voice is a really annoying voice.
Three, two, one, go. Get out of my way. Incoming fire.
Okay, you want to get shot, do you? Why the fuck are you down here? All you do is kill Steel V.
Incoming fire. Incoming fire. Beacon captured. Noob identified.
These are all bots. I should have held my position.
You have won the match.
You got Muscle Girl? Wait, who's Muscle Girl? Altina? Oh, there's still 48. I guess let's just clear it. Can we get some real players? It's so unsatisfying finishing the game without real players. Oh, Rinka. Ugh. That's a bad pickup. Take care, waifu. Enjoy the rest of the stream. What rest of the stream? I'm playing 3-4 minutes more. I'm going to bed. My bad. Wrong channel. Thank you for following. So who is the right channel?
3, 2, 1, go. Let's get things started. Incoming fire. Incoming fire. Critical damage. Identified. Killing spree. Well done. Double kill. Well done. Humiliation. Well done.
They like no damage. The heck? How did he hit me?
Incoming fire.
I couldn't go straight.
Incoming fire. Incoming fire. Critical damage. Well done.
Does healing give you points?
Incoming fire.
Is it even good points? Is that shotgun even useful?
You have 2 minutes remaining.
Are you actually doing damage? I can't tell.
Incoming fire. Well done. You have won the match.
It's some points? Okay. But alas, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm done. I just want to clear all my points. Ooh, 1500. Use 2000 credits. $2,000 credits. Should be easy, right? Yeah. Oh, a Carmine. Alright, I'm done. Wait. Oh, I guess I should wait. Yeah, yeah. Alright, that's it. Thank you all for being here. I am calling it night. It's been fun, but sleeping is a thing. Night Pokezone. It'd be nice to have some consistency. I'm gonna force myself to be awake and come home and stream tomorrow. That's what I'm gonna do. Help me help Cookie. Alright, I was gonna raid one of these guys, but I was, once I saw all of them, I didn't want to do it anymore. Okay, just raid Truly. Alright guys, take care, sleep tight, love y'all, night night. Till next time, stay awesome, take care, and good night. Ugh.